Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. If I look like I've been crying, it's because I have. The technical difficulties that I deal with when it comes to these videos, guys, I be wanting to quit. I really be wanting to quit. It's like, if I have to deal with these types of adversities this much, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I just really sat here and cried over my videos not saving. They did save. I go back to look. It's not there. It's talking about it's downloading from the iCloud. Like, I already did it, guys. I recorded Good Girls and Encore at about 11 this morning. It is now 5 something. And here I am having to, and I've been trying to save it since then too, by the way. And now I'm doing it again. So if it ain't high energy, I'm sorry. I am over it completely. And it's more so draining on me, and more so because I ain't getting a check behind this yet. So it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating because all of it is for free. And so I'm just, my time, my patience, I don't want to do this over and over and over again. Like, there's got to be another way. I'm going to have to invest in a few things, because what I'm not going to deal with every time I sit down and record is a storage issue on my phone telling me the storage full. Then when it ain't full, then it's saying, oh, it's got the download from the cloud. Like, I am tired. I'm tired of technical difficulties. I'm tired of it. I just want this shit to work. We here for Good Girls. Season 4, episode 13, You. So there's these police officers. They are looking in evidence. They're looking through the evidence box involving that cop that Rio's boy killed. I don't know if y'all remember a few episodes back. Rio was like dealing with that cop. So was Councilman Brother Cousin. Like, they were dealing with some cop. I don't know. But Rio's boy, was in his house when he had gotten home, and all we saw was Chef Boyardee, get to flying. We never saw what happened to the guy, but now we know he was killed. And so they looking through his evidence box. I don't know what the lady sees, but when she's looking, she's kind of like, alarmed. So whatever. We didn't see what it was that she was looking at. Secret Service girl, she getting the boot. I don't think she's getting fired. I think it's kind of like a paid leave type of situation. So she's packing up her car. Her coworker that has walked her outside, he's talking to her, whatever, basically like, lucky you get to leave this place. But he also mentions that he and Dave had a little fling. Dave is her partner, the guy she was working with. He's gay. And so he is a down low individual. I was going to say he's a down low brother, but he ain't a brother. So he on the down low, trade, if you will. And she lets that go through one ear and out the other, because she's too busy looking in her trunk and seeing that evidence that is just, sitting right there in a manila folder, waiting on her to read. And she too is like, what is this? Again, we don't see what the wild face is about, but she sees it, and she says she going to Detroit. Beth, Ruby, and Annie are in the hot tub at the house, and Beth is telling them about her new job opportunity. She's telling them that she, is thinking about running for city council. They want to know, how is this supposed to help everybody? How is this going to be a good thing? How is it beneficial to us all? Beth says, having this job, having the city on her side, it'll be some leverage against Rio. Yeah, right. But whatever. Both Ruby and Annie are looking at her like, girl, what you got us doing? Or what you talking about, girl? What you talking about? She's just like, okay, all right, I get it. Y'all ain't hearing it. I get it. I'll just tell him to find somebody else. And so that she does. She calls him and, lets him know that, he gonna have to find somebody else. At the time, he is at the bar with Rio. And, Rio is kind of like laughing at him like, you can't get that girl to do nothing. I done got her to lay on her back, wash money, make counterfeit money. I done got her to do a whole lot of things or whatever. And so you could take some notes from Rio. He tells him, like a bitch like that don't need to be wined and dined. She don't need to be romanced. And he's like, I mean, well, what would you suggest? Like, what would you do? And Rio say, pull her by that ponytail, grab her by that ponytail. Okay, Rio. He say that's not his style. It better be your style, or else you're not gonna get Beth to do anything. He tells him, though, that he always wants what he has because he done took Rio's burger, like, right out of his hand. And, he gonna take it for himself. And Rio is just like, you always want what I got. And he like, and I always get what you got. Beth included, because I'm gonna get that, too. Annie, she sleeps. She wakes up to somebody coming into her house. She has her nigger-rigged alarm system, up and in place. Her locks on her door are faulty, I guess. And so she can't lock the door. And so she got everything pushed up to the door, so you're going to have to get through all of this crap before you get to her. She got her lacrosse, what is it, stick? I'm going to call it a lacrosse stick. That's probably not what it's called. But, his the thing he used for lacrosse. She got that in hand, ready to slap somebody upside the head with it. And who comes in the house? Kevin. Kevin is coming in the house. And, of course, she's like, I thought that you would be with Angela. Like, what you got going on? And he tells her, I'm over here just getting a few things. I'm still over there with Angela. Don't get it twisted. But I'm over here getting a few things. She practically begs him to stay. She can come too. Both of y'all can come over here. We can make it a movie night. Just please don't leave me here. Like, I don't want to be alone. And he says, me neither, girl. And goes on out the door. He ain't got time for you, Annie, and your games. Tackhead ass Stan packing up the bags, the purses. Ruby come in there like, well, what's this? You packing up the bags. What about the money? What about it? And he's just like, you should have thought about that before you and your bestie went and ran your mouth. You and your bestie. Was it her and her bestie? Or was it just Ruby? Because I just saw Ruby blurting, your bag is a fake. Beth ain't said nothing. Beth ain't done nothing. Beth ain't said nothing. And so it's like, why do you continuously drag her in when she didn't have nothing to do with that? That was Ruby's decision to, blurt that out because she, trying to be spiteful and petty since the lady, bid higher than him and took the building out from under them. She had a moment, but you gonna, sorry y'all, this little nose cuff sliding down. When I did this the first time, it just fell out. I was talking to y'all and sis said, I don't want to be up in your nose no more. Anyway, sorry, I was distracted by that. But yeah, he says that he, has refunded everybody their money. It's they dragging them in the group chat, or should I say like Class Dojo. If you're a parent, then you already know what that is. It's a, platform for parents and teachers. That's where we see their work. That's where we see what they're doing for the day, that sort of thing. That's how you keep up with your child's education over there on the Class Dojo. But you also can, chat and do messages and that sort of thing. And I guess it was a similar type of platform. And they bad mouthing, Beth and Stan and Ruby about their little scheme that they got going. They threatened to call the police and everything. That's why he had to, refund the money, and they just gonna call it quits. The Goodwill will be here tomorrow. He really had an attitude though, and he's still blaming Beth like it's her fault, and it's really not her fault. Um, the girls are printing. Beth and Annie, you know, they talking or whatever, and they end up mentioning the bags again. Maybe we can get another bag party going. Ruby like, oh yeah, about that. I mean, it won't be soon, but I got you, girl. She doesn't let them know what's happening, but she kind of leads them to believe, you know, that she's gonna work it out. I don't know why she did that. The music turns on in the club, and so, you know, they got to go see what's what, and it's Rio. He behind the DJ booth. He say, you know what? Now, the car dealership, I wasn't on board. The spot thing, I wasn't on board with that because I don't even know why we need that. But this here, a strip club, oh, I'm in it. I'm in there. And they're like, well, we're just printing here. Like, we're not trying to open for business. And he's like, oh, we opening for business. We opening for business. You're going to get you a little, some new poles up in here. We're going to, you know, really Lysol the place down, really spray it down, wipe it down. We're going to open up. And Ruby is like, how much? And he say, how much what? My cut. How much is the cut? And he's like, why would I do that? Beth is looking at her like, girl, now don't mess up the thing. Now, don't say too much. Annie chimes in like, okay, so how clean you want your money? And he say, you know, spick and span. And she say, okay, well then you get what you pay for. So if you ain't paying, I guess you won't be getting. And so now he's like, okay, well, we can negotiate something. The girls are at the diner, you know, brainstorming now, and you know, Beth is like, shit, we were out. We was out. Every time I try to get out, y'all pull me back in. We were out, y'all. We were out. And they like, yeah, we was out, whatever, I guess. But I mean, at least now we're gonna be getting the, you know, a cut of the money. So they're satisfied. They're like, listen, the bag business is done. Because they tried to lean back on that. And she's like, no, the bag business is over with because I said a thing. Beth already knew what the deal was. As soon as she said, I said a thing, Beth already knew that that's what, you know, solidified everything for them. When they're meeting the dancer, one of the dancers, the girl, you know, that extorted them for that money, she shows up and she wants, you know, to get started on the bag business as well, trying to, you know, talk about parties or whatever. And they're like, whoa, we're going to need you at the club. Not doing the bag thing anymore. The bags are out. The bags are out. Strip club, that's what we're doing now. And so we're going to need you down at the club. And of course she gives pushback, you know, because I guess everybody done moved on. But she says, you know, Jean was terrible to them. And of course, now that they're under new management, won't be none of that. Just please gather the girls. And so she gathers the girls. And we see she go get one of the girls who's a CNA. She reading to the elderly. Then we see another one. She in the boardroom giving a whole presentation. So that's corporate girl over there. And then we had another girl who was under the hood of a car. She's a mechanic, you know. So we got jack of all trades. They strip and they do a little something else, you know, during the day. You know, they gather them all together and they basically tell them we're all partners in this. We're all going to share the expenses. This is ours. The ladies agree. The Secret Service duo, they done met up. You know, she done went over there and popped up on Dave. Dave out there playing flowers for his wife. And she's a bitch, by the way. Secret Service girl, she want to talk about the case. You know, she shows him what she done found and all of that. And of course, he's like, girl, now ain't we off the case? You trying to get in more trouble? Like, what you doing? And of course, she's like, I'm going with or without you. I just wanted to let you know that this is what I'm doing now. You know, show up if you're coming. Then we see Dean showing Jim Jones and friends, you know, this dollar bill he has in a Ziploc bag. He said he got it out of his pants pocket. It only has her prints on it. It's one of the counterfeit bills, you know, that she was washing. And then here comes Stan, because he got something too. Oh, we pulling out receipts. Okay, well, here's mine. Here goes some text records between the two of them. We done, you know, already, you know, time stamped it and everything. And he's reading it like, book club. This say something about book club. Oh, no. Book club mean we finna meet up to go make a drop. That's what that mean. It's cold, but I got you. We got the time stamps right here for every time they went and made a drop. Y'all, all of them just sitting up in their room like a bunch of bitches. Just really plotting and scheming on my girl. I wasn't here for that. I wasn't here for that. I was extremely angry. Because why? Why? I could really. You two stand. It's you're the fact and Dean. If I was Dean, I would feel away about, one of my friends or whatever really trying to stick it to my wife. I'd probably be like, what is that? Like, what's all this up in your chest, as it relates to my wife? Because you are gung-ho about, getting her locked up. You and I gonna have to talk. Because I'm trying to figure out why you want my wife in jail so bad. And yours can stay out of jail. Meanwhile, she is also as much to blame for all of this as Beth is. Anyway, Jim Jones say, now that they got all this information, they can just give it to the DA. And now Dean got the nerve to wonder what's gonna happen to her. Fuck you, Dean. And you Stan. And you Jim Jones. And you friend. Because all of y'all ain't worth a damn. Ain't worth shit. Stan and Dean kind of had a little, I think Dean was feeling exactly like I was saying, like, what's your beef with my wife? Because he's, he gonna say to him, you're doing the right thing. Dean looked at him like, it's easy for you to say, it ain't your wife going to jail. She brought it on herself. I'd have put him out right there and then. He would have just had to get out. Get out. Take your evidence and go. But, the lawyer, he's impressed with Stan and how much of a snitch Stan is. And he's like, oh, you need to keep him around. That's a good guy here. And they also tried to reel him in the cult. And Stan is like, no disrespect, but no thank you. No thank you. And Dean, starts to go in about one of the products. And now she hear me in here talking. Yes, Eden. Yes. Anyway, I'll let her get a little cameo. I won't even edit it out. She made me lose my train of thought, though. That's for sure. Oh, they try to reel him in the cult. Stan ain't with it. He ain't here for it. He ain't doing it. When Dean mentions one of the products, Jim Jones tells him, we're not gonna talk shop talk, around, travelers. So now they done kick Stan out the cool kid club. He can't be a part because he don't want to be a part of the cult. So he can't be a part at all. Anyway, Ben gets home and, Annie is still spooked. She still has her nigga rigged alarm system, up and running. And, so Ben has to fight his way through all of that. He's back home because he, got to come get his stuff. He's on his way to a lacrosse tournament. And he said, y'all need a chaperone. Y'all need a water girl. Do you need somebody to drive the bus? She is trying to get out of that house because she keeps being left alone there. Then they got to talk about how much they miss Kevin and all of that. She's sitting up there thinking, I really miss him. Like, I really need him around. How am I going to get him back around here? Beth gets home and she's put the kids to bed just in time. And, she says something and he's like, I'm on mornings. And she's like, well, I'm gonna be working nights a lot more now. And he's like, why? And of course she says, it's just he has us doing a whole lot of different things right now. And he says, okay, just make sure you don't miss too many more bedtimes. You never know when it's gonna be your last one. Really? And she didn't think nothing of it. That went right over her head. I probably would have been like, hold on. Say what now? My last bedtime? What you trying to say? From then on, my cat eye would have been on Dean just for saying that. But Beth ain't paying attention. He pops up on Angela. Crazy tale self. She done popped up on that girl trying to paint a messy picture of Kevin, you know, like trying to make him look bad so that she'll put him out. And sis is just like, why are you doing this? Like, are you jealous, bitter, crazy, or all of the above? Because sis, I like the dumpster diving. Like, I like him. I like everything about his homeless ass. And so you can try all you want, but I'm not putting him out. Me and him, we got a good thing going. Beth and the girls, they, you know, walking through the place, you know, jotting, checking everything off the checklist. And one of the dancers comes and tells them that they have a visitor outside. So they go outside, and it's a whole gang of Karens. A whole gang of Karens. These people are called the First Family Alliance, and they don't want the strip club in their neighborhood. They say we got schools, you know, kids walking home from school. I don't know why she thinks the people are just gonna see strippers on the side of the curb. Like, when they leave work, they take all that stuff off, ma'am. And so you would not have to worry about your kids seeing the strippers in their stripper wear and they floss. You wouldn't even have to worry about that, because sis, they take it off. they ain't wearing it home. Anyway, she give them this wad of, you know, documentation. Oh, here you go. This should be enough to keep you guys from not opening. She got documentation. It ain't happening. It ain't going down. You're gonna have to go through her. The Secret Service girl, she in her hotel room. She gets a knock at the door, and it's Dave. Dave say, I'm up for the challenge. You know, what changed your mind? Honestly, he done got put out. Well, his wife left him, and, you know, why'd she leave you? Oh, because I decided I liked a more colorful flower bed. And I was thinking, the man just couldn't say he was gay, so we just gonna stick with he on the down low? Because he gay. So he could have just said, I came out to her, or I finally told her the truth. No, we just gonna still play coy, play a game here. I guess that's what the writers wanted. But I mean, if he gay, he gay. The people can be gay on TV now, or haven't you heard? Like, y'all can write that in now. You ain't got to allude to nothing, but okay. Beth goes to sit down with Brother Cousin, you know, to show him this documentation that she got from the First Family Alliance. And, you know, they're against the naked hustle. And Beth, you know, she's trying to push it forward. You know, she got to push it forward, or else she going to be in some mess with Rio. Of course, Brother Cousin, like always, his hands are tied. He can't do nothing about it. I don't know why he in this position, because he ain't no help. He ain't no help. He continues to tell her, oh, I can't involve myself with that. I can't do it. Why are you here? What are you here for, and what can you do? Because it's always a stumbling block with him. I don't know. But he tells her, you know, you wouldn't have these issues if you would just run for city council. I don't think she agrees in this moment, but he tells her to just, you know, go and fight it, you know. Just going on down to the council meeting and fight. Down at the city council meeting, the Karens, you know, that are against the naked hustle, they you know, make their statement or whatever. Annie gets up, you know, behind them, and she gives a short little monologue that was on Footloose. And then, you know, Beth has to get up and, you know, reel it back in. And, you know, Beth gives her nice little speech. And, you know, the people love it. She brings in community, you know, brings in the fact that, you know, these are all women, most of them mothers, you know, just trying to make ends meet. And then she says, and this business also helps the economy. And then so we got a few business owners in the place, and they stand up and, you know, and they testify that the strip club has been beneficial to them. You know, when the strip club is open, their businesses are booming. So they want the strip club open, because they say when the men coming from around there, they come in my restaurant, they come and buy jewelry at the jewelry store. Like, keep the strip club open. Okay. The people want the strip club open. And come to find out, they get their license. And so we see them putting it up on the wall, and, you know, they are now open for business. While they're celebrating, Secret Service duo pops in, you know, like, hey guys, remember us? Yeah, let's chat. Then we see Ruby. She done brought one of the old poles home and put it up in her bedroom and got a fireman hat for Stan. She's ready to get it popping. And Stan got questions. So where'd the pole come from? So y'all are really in business? She's like, oh yeah, about that. Yeah, we're just gonna go on and open up the strip club. Yeah, so about that dance. She gonna give me that dance. So now Stan really can't run with it because his wife is involved. And so now he got to go fix that. Oh, I'm almost finished. I did this a lot quicker this time than the last time. Stan goes to see Jim Jones. He's out with the Boy Scout troop. And he's teaching them the little self-defense. And, Stan pulls up on him and tells him, I'm going to need you to hold off on getting that information to the DA. Like, my wife is involved in this. And he's like, that's too bad. Why should I help you? You're not in my cult. You're not one of the cult members. Like, why should I help you? And Stan is like, listen, I'll do whatever it takes. And he says, okay, come to the meeting. You going to be at the meeting? I bet you will. I bet you going to be at the meeting. And he turned around and walk off all smug with his little ass. He's so little. Like, from watching on the TV, I can tell that man about this high. He about yay high. Let me stop for this thing fall out. I'm gonna have to tighten it or something because it's loose. It feel like it's sliding out my nose. Anyway, Annie gets home and Kevin is cooking in the kitchen. So, he back. He say, Angela is a hoarder. She hoards Cornish hens all over the house and eats off of them, for weeks at a time. And I'm like, hey, Pot, that's kettle. Like, what you doing? Got the nerve. Like, you got nerve. You got nerve. He also lets her know that, he's on to her and he knows about her little stunt she pulled, pulling up on Angela. But he's okay. All is forgiven. He's just happy to be wanted. Beth goes to see Councilman Brother Cousin. She gonna run after all. He's all excited. She also has a celebratory drink for him. Well, a bottle of aged whiskey or scotch or something. Some brown liquor. And he's like, oh, okay, let's pop this open right now. She's like, He asks her, what made you decide to go ahead and run? And then we flash to where she was also given all of the evidence. And this time it includes him. And so now Secret Service duo, their sights are on Councilman Brother Cousin because now they know he in charge of the girls. And so Beth also knows that now. And hence her reasoning for, deciding to run. And on her way out, he wants to open it. And of course, and she's like, I haven't earned it, share it with somebody who already won. Next thing we see, Rio is at the bar staring at that same bottle of whiskey. It had a note on it that said, for pulling her hair. And Rio gets the joke. He don't like the joke. He don't think it's funny. He gets up and tells the bartender to pour it out, and he gonna go on by his business. Them two. I think at the end of this, it's gonna be a Rio versus Councilman Brother Cousin thing. Because although they're family and they're blood, and Beth asked him, like, how y'all related? Like, what's that? What is he to you? And he just tells him that they're blood. I'm assuming they daddy messed around with some sisters. I think he done knocked up two sisters, and that is why they brother cousins, which is weird. Like, I would never. That is weird. Like, what? When people be saying stuff like that, like, all of a sudden it got dark. It must be overcast. I mean, yeah, it must be overcast outside. But anyway, when people say, I just want, messing with twins or messing with two sisters or two brothers, like, that's weird. That is weird. I don't want to be in the same room with my siblings while they getting down. No, thank you. I don't need to know you in that capacity. Like, that's too much closeness. It's too much closeness. But that's what I'm assuming happened there. And that's why, he's brother cousin and not just his brother. Let me get off of here so I can redo Encore. I'm just so upset, y'all. Y'all pray for me, okay? Because pray my strength in the Lord, because I be wanting to quit. But I be thinking about the fact that Good Girls is highly anticipated and y'all really like Good Girls. So I ain't gonna quit on you. We done come too far, okay? We've come this far by faith. We done come this far. Okay, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later.